Okay, hello and welcome to Mixologist, the place on the internet thingy where rarity and practicality collide all in one go. Case in point, this unit, these two units that I've got here. So I've got a Weber DCA here and a Weber DCNF. And what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be comparing the two units, comparing how they work, which parts are compatible with each other, some are, some don't, and what is the intended application of each, and some things that you can do if you're hunting for parts. So let's start with the Weber DCA. These are quite rare carbs, and they came in European cars like Talbot, Peugeot, that kind of stuff, and they tended to work in pairs, and they are 36 millimeters in diameter, like the bores, whilst the DCNF, they tend to be 40, 42, 44. So these are slightly, bigger carbs than the DCA. So let me bring you a little bit closer, and I'm going to show you kind of what the units look like, what are the differences. Okay, so here we've got a Weber DCA, and it's quite so you got the idle mixture screws, pretty much the same thing that you would have the idle mixture screws in your DCNF. This is DCA, DCNF. Now, the idle mixture screws are compatible, so therefore, if you want to take this idle mixture screws and use them here, you can, it would work. Now, obviously, there is obviously a very noticeable difference here, that the DCNF has idle bypass screws here and the choke here, which the DCA hasn't got. So DCA hasn't got idle bypass screws, and the choke is different because, as you can see from the top, the choke works on like a flap basis. I've eliminated it here, but it works out as a very conventional kind of flap that traps the airflow. Going on the side here, you see that, first of all, if you look at the kind of the idle mixture, the jets, they are exactly compatible one with the other. So you can use DCNF idle jets or on a DCA, no problem, and vice versa. Another thing, and this is now starting to be quite important, the accelerator pump circuit is the same for both units. Yeah, this can be quite important if, for example, you are kind of hunting for parts for your Weber DCNF and you can't find an accelerator pump. You could, if you get one of these cheap, DCA, you can find them cheap and it is complete, you can hunt for parts for your DCNF. Another part that is also compatible with a bit of finagling is the shaft. You can use a DCA shaft in a DCNF. It might require a little bit of adjustment, but you should be absolutely fine in using a DCA shaft on a DCNF. Again, if you're hunting for parts. What you see here, this is really the key difference between a DCA and a DCNF, which is that the DCA operates, this is a power valve system. So basically, it's pretty much the same as you would find on a Holley carb. So this is a meter. When engine vacuum drops below a predetermined level, you get an extra fuel passage that opens here and enriches the fuel mixture. So actually, this unit, if this unit is more suited to street driving, because you can get better fuel economy, because you can jet the carbs a bit leaner. Incidentally, the both the tubes, the air corrector, and the jets here, they are compatible from the DCA to the DCNF, so you can use either, and it's fine. But what happens? The DCA tends to use smaller jets. Why? Because you jet it smaller for kind of everyday driving. But when you give it, when the vacuum starts dropping, i.e. the load in the engine starts increasing, you get this power valve that supplies the additional fuel, whilst if you were having a DCNF, you haven't got a power valve, so therefore you would have to jet it much richer than you would otherwise a DCA. So that's what I say, that the DCA is better for street use. Yeah, if you're having a car that is not going to be very kind of racing, fast road and that kind of stuff, you just want something that just motors down the road and that kind of stuff, a DCA is a good option. Don't overlook them. There are more things that are compatible with each other. So this one has kind of one of these floats. I believe this floats can work in both a DCA and a DCNF. And if you look at the top of a DCA, you could use a DCA top on a DCNF, but the only thing that you would have to do is you would have to completely eliminate the choke. If you eliminated the choke, then maybe yes, you could use potentially a DCA top on a DCNF. I'm not sure how practical that would be, but again, if you're gonna eliminate the choke, that may be a goer if you haven't got the DCNF top. Another very important source of parts that the DCA can bring is this, the auxiliary venturis. Now these units, they are no longer manufactured. They're really difficult, expensive to obtain, and actually these are DCA ones, and they fit perfectly onto the DCNF. So if I put it there we go. So they go right in, perfect, and therefore, so that's what I'm saying. These carbs obviously have some similarities that you can use a DCA to harvest parts for a DCNF if push comes to shove. Obviously there are some differences. So the accelerator squirter on a DCA is different to the DCNF, because in the DCNF they have the one that screws in here, so it's not quite compatible, and this one is you merely like push it on with this O-ring. So it is a different system for the accelerator, the squirter, so to speak, but the armature is the same and the cam is the same. Again, sometimes it's very difficult to obtain these cams. They're no longer manufactured, so actually harvesting one out of a DCA could be a bit of a winner. So there you go. I mean, I hope you got something out of this. These are kind of rare units, rare carbs. You don't see them every day, and actually I think they're good. They're good on the two fronts that I described. I think they're really good carbs to use in your street driven car. By the way, just in case I haven't mentioned, the manifold mounts are exactly the same. So if you got an inlet manifold for a DCNF, a DCA will go straight in, so that's not a problem at all. So they are good carbs for like street, normal, not high performance use. They are actually pretty good carbs. And also they've got these things that they could potentially be used to harvest a lot of parts to make a DCNF live again. So there you go. I hope you got something out of this, that you found it useful. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.